I sure had a swinging time in Laos and made some pretty great friends, but with a flight waiting for me, I hopped on an overnight bus back to Bangkok, Thailand, and had a great seat buddy. The air-conditioned and very organized Bangkok airport was a much-needed breath of fresh air. After checking in, I made friends with this super cool family, who saw me off with a smile.
Right.
Not long after boarding my flight with Sri Lankan Airlines, it was time for takeoff, and I actually got to see it happen. In no time at all, we were up in the air, thousands of feet to be exact, and about 1,000 miles later, we landed in Hong Kong.
I'm in Hong Kong.
I quickly got some local currency and hopped on a bus to the city center. I was pleasantly surprised at how modern and high-tech everything in Hong Kong is, and that most people speak English. I was tired and thirsty, and this delightful waitress treated me to a soft drink on the house, and kept me company until my newest couchsurfing host, Anna, arrived to pick me up. We dropped my stuff off at her place and headed out to check out the city. We looked up at the brightly lit buildings all around us, rode the tram for a while, and then had a tasty Indian meal. The next day, the sightseeing began. Hong Kong has so many skyscrapers, and many of them have intriguing designs like this one that looks like a puzzle. I also happened upon a church and a mosque. The hilly streets of the Soho district where I was staying reminded me a lot of the streets of San Francisco. I spent some time doing one of my favorite things, wandering around the side streets and back alleys of the city. Along the way, I happened upon this couple getting some wedding photos taken, and this building, which was actually in the movie Batman: The Dark Knight. Pretty cool, eh? That night, after a short nap, I headed over to a different island and grabbed some food. But I didn't have to eat alone, as I was joined by a fellow traveler I met tubing in Laos, a Welshman named Ash. Our goal was to check out Hong Kong's light show, and I wouldn't say we were disappointed, but it was pretty bizarre. A world leader like Hong Kong, and this is the music they choose? Unfortunately, the light show came to an end, and after walking around the city a little bit longer, it was time to head back to mainland and turn in for the night. As always, the sun rose and we continued our exploring. First stop, the Bank of China Tower, where you can get an awesome view of the city for free. Just remember to bring photo ID, because I had to come back twice. We were pretty sure this monk was a scam artist, and then we discovered this botanical garden. There were cacti, and these beautiful butterflies, which I think were Ash's favorite.
Brilliant.
Not only did I like the view of this nature right next to skyscrapers, but I also found these pelicans really fascinating. Just watch how they catch fish in the water. Wildlife and natured out, we made our way over to the special exits and headed back out into the thriving city. Many people suggested that we should hop on a tram and just go as far as we could, so that's what we did. For less than $50, we got a great tour of the city. When we came to the end of the line, we hopped off the tram and continued our journey by foot. This sign gave us a smile, and we eventually found a restaurant, but they didn't have an English menu, so we just took our chances, and it was okay. This lady reminded me of my mom. I've only ever seen her dip toast in coffee. Interesting. If we were to go back on the tram, it would take about an hour and a half to get home, so we opted to ride the metro, which took a whopping 20 minutes. Looking around, I saw a lot of things that my transit system back home could take note of. For example, these fancy route maps that lit up at each stop. I made my way through the efficient Hong Kong underground and eventually met up with Anna. We grabbed some dinner and then split a hot brownie sundae. We talked about magnificent Hong Kong, our previous travels, and our future goals. Then on my last night in Hong Kong, Ash and I hopped on a cable car and made our way to the top of a mountain. The gift shop reminded me of Susie and Megan, my travel buddies in Vietnam, who bought loads of these bracelets. The view from the peak was spectacular. Hong Kong at night is absolutely brilliant, with all of the buildings lit up throughout the city. After a few moments of silence to simply take it all in, we took a token tourist photo, then made our way back to the tram and headed down the mountainside. The night got even better when I happened upon these donuts that I eat in Chinatown back home. And with us both needing a break from Asian cuisine, we broke down and headed to McDonald's. Rarely would I eat this stuff back home, but something about it felt so right.
$3 for a Big Mac. Big Mac meal, that is.
The next morning it was time to pack up my stuff and say farewell to my couchsurfing host, Anna.
No, you're great.
Okay, here I am saying goodbye to Brock, who was just about the best first couch surfer hosting experience ever, and I'm off to school. Bye-bye!
Bye!
She was fantastic. Thank you, Anna. My breakfast consisted of this delicious sandwich. And after vowing to never go back to the China travel service, I hopped on a train and made my way to mainland China. Destination, Shanghai. Next time on Backpack with Brock. I spent a few days exploring Shanghai, China, where people dance in the street. And I go shopping for a winter jacket, where a shopkeeper does something that even shocks the heck out of me. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment, or you can subscribe by clicking on me, right here. Thanks for watching.